I'm Reverend Michael Ray Mathews of the PICO National Network, and together with Nancy Palmer Jones, the pastor at First Unitarian Church in San Jose, I will co-chair this gathering. This gathering is hosted by PACT, People Acting in Community Together, an organization of over 30 congregations and schools in Santa Clara County. PACT is also an affiliate of PICO National Network, a network of nearly 1,500 congregations and organizations in 20 states and 200 cities and towns in the United States, as well as organizations in Rwanda, Central America, and Haiti. PACT and PICO are committed to developing leadership in everyday people so they can solve problems through innovative policy solutions that will improve the lives of the most vulnerable in their communities. This gathering this afternoon is an echo, and it is along with 40 other similar events across the country in solidarity with clergy and youth in Ferguson, Missouri, who will be marching to demand justice for Michael Brown. Marchers in Ferguson and across the country are seeking an expedited grand jury hearing to indict Officer Darren Wilson, to arrest Officer Wilson, a special prosecutor for the case, as well as a thorough investigation of the continued racial profiling reported by the NAACP in St. Louis County this past year. While the killing of Michael Brown and the protests that we have witnessed this week are happening some 2,000 miles away, we stand here today in recognition of our deep connection to the people fighting for justice, fighting for healing, and fighting for freedom today. San Jose and Santa Clara County may be different than Ferguson in many ways, but we cannot and we must not pretend that we are not all connected to and impacted by the lingering legacy of racism and white supremacy. Our communities, too, experience the brokenness and alienation that is rooted in our failure to recognize one another's full humanity. Racism lives like an unseen spiritual force in the atmosphere and in our psyches, impacting our thoughts, assumptions, and behaviors, the quality of our relationships, the policies and practices of our institutions, and even our culture's sense of what is right and true, what is beautiful, and who belongs. In many ways, both explicit and implicit, we communicate to one another whether we really belong in our communities, institutions, and public spaces. What the young people, families, and clergy in Ferguson are fighting for is belonging. They are standing up for the right to be included in the circle of human concern, to know that they belong and that they are free to live full lives in their communities, free to dream dreams and to pursue those dreams. What the community heard and felt in the killing of Michael Brown is that you do not belong. What the community is hearing and feeling in the response to the authorities, to their protests and their demands, is that you do not belong. Civil rights leader Ella Baker once said, "Until the killing of black men, black mothers' sons, becomes as important to the rest of the country as the killing of a white mother's sons, we who believe in freedom cannot rest until this happens." We are here today to say that we believe in freedom, amen?
Amen.
And we cannot rest until freedom comes.
Amen.
And until freedom comes for all of us.
Amen.
We cannot rest until we all belong. And so we say, hands up.
We all belong.
We stand with our friends in Ferguson, and we stand with young people of color and families here in this valley and say, hands up.
We all belong.
And we will stand with our sisters and our brothers, raising our hands in solidarity and in prayer, saying, hands up.
We all belong.